So this baby is a little curiosity. To get it apart we have to remove this pin here. What the fuck we are talking about? This is a Type 96 machine gun replica. So this is some kind of weird Japanese machine gun from World War II. And yeah, these things also have to go. What we are gonna find out is how this thing actually works and how to fucking tear it apart. As you can see, you see the hop chamber already. So this fuck feeds from above. So there is a magazine on top, like a P90 magazine. It's crazy to aim with this thing. It's really strange to hold it, but you can get it very low on the ground while shooting, which is fun. Anyway, there is this big pin, and after that everything gets a little wobbly and you can remove the front end. So we got one pin, two grub screws and a strange double pin thingy thing. And now we can't do anything else. Well, great. So we removed the outer barrel and now, yeah, we have to remove the lower receiver. There is a bunch of screws we have to unscrew. Let's skip that. Half the way I realized some of these screw thingy things are not screws. These are actually pins and you have to hammer them out. I highly recommend you to use a tool made for that, cause these pins are very shitty. You may have realized I stopped the time traveling cause there is something new we have to do. There is an actual screw up there. This one has to get out, and if it's out there should be something more loose. Let's check it. Oh, I'm terrified to get this thing back apart, back together. Oh boy. This thing was on the other side, and yeah, there is no actual reason why this shouldn't be loose now. Ah, it's moving. Yeah, I will find this out in a second. And gotcha, baby. This is actually just a question of force. Alright, you see there are cables in there. So we have the typical plug thingy things in the stock, which is annoying as fuck, but I will try to get this a little far without removing the stock. So I really hate this, but you have to just get up off the upper part of the gun, the complete thing, which is kind of terrifying. I really hate this. It's like disassembling a really old Tokyo Marui model on Famous or something, but this here actually looks pretty easy. So seems like I can just get out everything. Yeah, you can do this. There's a spring on the hop chamber, obviously. There is this micro switch thingy thing, which only allows full auto, by the way. I will unscrew this and set it aside for a second. Interesting here is the hop chamber, which is spring loaded, as I said, and yeah, which goes to the top. Which means if you have a bad manufacturer like Jingong or Golden Eagle, which is basically the same thing, it may be that your hop rubber was put in the wrong way. I have no clue why this is in there. So if your gun's not hopping, first thing to check is if your barrel is rotated. And yeah, if it's just wrongly in, like it's in 80% of all the Jingong P90 models I've seen, well, you may just rotate the barrel and it's fine. Let's take a closer look at the internals. This is the gearbox. This is obviously a proprietary design. We have very simple switch with a micro switch. We have a simple motor. I just get all the cables aside. This here is for motor height adjustment. So you can do this without a tool, which is nice. We have the screw here holding the spring guide, which is also good to have, but we have no quick change system for the spring, which is yeah, I think it would have been, let's say, it would have been easy to add. But yeah, I guess the gun was meant for people who just said, okay, I want this Japanese machine gun thing, and yeah, kinda historical gun nuts or something, and don't care about FPS adjustment and playability and stuff. Anyway, we need a little special screwdriver to get all the screws out. Oh no, not all the screws. 2 motor screws in a strange location. Resist. Yeah, this is a normal Phillips one. Okay, motors off. Gearbox design quite fucking easy. There is shimming on this motor screw things, and I guess they need to go back or the gun will do screechy sounds. So remember they are here. Alright. The gears. There is the anti-reversal latch, as you may have seen, and so you can just uncock the gearbox and have an easier disassemble with the mainspring inside. This thing here seems to be a little, well, it's the first time disassembly, no? Ah, okay, looks okay. I don't really recommend my method to get this off, because you you will definitely hurt yourself. I did this several times. Okay, so good thing I can push a screwdriver completely through the spring guide here, and this means I can hold the spring down and open everything without jumping, which is nice. Okay, so yeah, we have some kind of shimming. This is one of these strange bevel gears, which has some kind of internal ball bearing. This piston is really crappy. Yeah, this is actually, guys, we know what we're talking about. This is a Golden Eagle replica, so this means the internals are really crappy. This thing may work for a while, and after that I really recommend you to change just everything else. Gear, spring guide, which has no ball bearing, nozzle which has no O-rings, cylinder head which has a basic air seal. Gears, of course. Just change everything that's changeable in this gearbox if you already opened it. If not, you've seen this video and it's not too funny to take it apart, to be honest. So, well, just don't. Never change the running system. But if it's not running anymore, just change everything you can. Hop rubber, of course, isn't as good. I will measure the nozzle for you. This is basically an M4 nozzle. So you may just drop an M4 nozzle in here, which is nice. So, well, yeah. What are we gonna do with this to make it playable? We add a spring guide with a ball bearing. We add a decent piston, maybe a nozzle, and then it's fine. And the motor's obviously quite fucking shitty. And you may change this one too, but be careful. There is only this micro switch and you may burn it with too much amps. So I recommend you a MOSFET, which is micro switch safe. This means the MOSFET needs to have some kind of debouncing thing, which, well, there are a few MOSFETs on the market that can do this. A gate XRSR, maybe some Perron and Jeftron thingy things, or you can build one yourself for around $5.
Ich mache das jetzt immer, ich halte einfach so mein Handy hin und dann denkst du, ich filme und dann hörst du auf zu schreien. Alter, was stimmt denn nicht mit ihm? Er hat nicht mal einen Blinker gehabt. Echt?
Ja.
Krass.
Das war mir egal. Jetzt fahr vorbei. Meine fucking... Aber St. Pauli-Aufkleber auf der Karre. Boah, ey, guck dir den scheiß Mongo mit seinen scheiß Deutschland-Flaggen an. Fahr, du Fotze, ey.